Okay, this is an air nozzle. We have air.
And that's their nozzle.
It's a blower. We like, you know, no air is coming out right now. I got to turn this. This is just has your air. Can you hear it?
And where's it coming out of?
This is coming out. You know what? This is blowing, so like I said, it's able to go down. There's a blowing right here. You see this right here? This blows the dust into the vacuum.
Okay.
So that blows it. So this controls air on or air
Is it
off.
all the time?
Air's on all the time.
So when you're running the machine, the air's on all the time,
and it's sucking.
and it comes out of this tube right
yes,
here.
on both sides. I believe there's one of those on both sides. So it shoots in under here, which can blow it into the vacuum that I showed you earlier. That's underneath here.
And what he's telling us is that you go ahead and point to the vacuum channels.
Okay, this is just the blower, like I said, off and on for the air to blow.
Both sides.
Yes, on both sides. So this little bit in here.
It's hollow on the bottom,
hollow,
Randy,
yeah.
on both sides. So the dust collection, with your hand, show them where it goes.
It's just underneath here, right here.
And it just sucks up through on both sides, up through that, back through the dust collection. So this side, Randy, here, and this side over here is the dust collection to suck the dust up. This switch up here turned the air nozzle on, which were the air nozzles that we showed you down here and here, that simply kept the dust going down to allow it to get sucked up into that chamber.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and go on to the next set of features, because that explained what that was.
This is, I don't know how far you want the locator pin and all that stuff.
Yeah, they got a locator pin actuator there.
What this is here, this is this hole right here, these two holes. There's a locator pin on this arm. Okay, it's at the end there.
Let me get in the back and show them the arm. Actually, I'm going to give them a good view at this point in time of the entire machine. Entire machine sits right there. That's back into that. Jason, give me a distance from.
It was 60. We got 74-inch base on it.
All right,
The base here is 32 inches.
and that's on the steel to steel part.
Yes. From front to back,
Yes,
it's going to be 40. It's 48.
it's 48 inches.
Yeah, just the front part here is 32, but the whole base altogether.
The whole base is 4 foot. It's 48 inches from,
yeah.
from outside steel channel to steel channel.
That's right. And what it does is it goes, see that? So that's my locator pin here. That is now, I'm actually in the groove. I cannot come out of the groove.
So there's a second pin.
There's a second pin underneath.
That
the locator pin goes into here. Once it's located, I flick the other switch. Locator pin comes up, and this pin goes down.
into this groove.
Yes. Now I'm following the groove for rim and board.
All right. So what we've got is this system here. Goes back up into the back. This is the support piece. This is the laser that's on the back side of the unit, and we'll show that laser, which allows you to get the center line.
It finds your center line. So this is pretty well the center line of the sink.
And that's going down there. So then that has that mounting plate. It goes up onto that. You've got that on the back side. This is the rolling system that it rolls frontwards and backwards on. And then it rolls frontwards and backwards, and I'll get that one in a second. Let's pay attention to rolling frontwards and backwards on here. These front, they could stop it there, and you've got one on the front. So the only rail system that you're really truly using is this set of rail.
This is for different, like cutting out template sets or special things that, you know, this is the same thing, different thing. We don't even use these. I don't know what they're there for.
Okay, we'll get to that. So the basic system is nothing but a router. Now, it's got a steel table that's welded and jigged that goes across. And then they've got these arms up on the top that they're not using, which is aluminum extrusions. So we could basically put what we want on there. You've only got that frame, so you got the spindle head in the router that's running air up into the top. This is pulling the dust collection system out of the bottom.
Yes,
Now I took a look at this. This goes up to the ceiling, Randy. Very similar installation. Comes on down. It runs down into here. At this point in time, it goes across the bottom of the table, and that system then
There's holes in the bottom here.
there's 3 holes in the bottom that's sucked out of the bottom, and they simply come across into that system through this other vent line. Now, I'm sorry I didn't do a very good job with that, Randy. Comes up out of that top, goes around, it comes down, it feeds back underneath, under that big tube, it goes there. That big tube Y's off right in here. There's a Y. May not be showing it very good. Maybe I'll get that Y from the back, front side. Maybe better. The Y's off there, and from that Y, it runs that smaller pipe, and it runs those other 3, which goes into a V channel in the bottom. So that one, you come across, there's the second, and there's the third that pulls it up out of the table that you've got to do the dust collection. Plus you've got the dust collection that runs up the side of the machines up through the top. Now, we've already said that is nothing more than a router spinning there about 2100. What Jason did say that he liked was that there is a very precision counter, which is right here, that mounts on the front that has a dial on it. That dial is controlled by this spinning knob with your arm right here, Randy. It just dials and activates it. Allows it to very finely tune the height adjustment of that router. He says this collet, this pin over here, you undo it, which loosens it.
Yeah, you just loosen it off, and this can adjust it into the thousandths of an inch, which is good when we're going down right down to the laminate, so we can get a very precise number. I know approximately it's 7,500 is for 3/4 of an inch, but you might have to just tweak it a little bit. And this tweaks it thousandths of an inch, then you just tighten it up, go down where you want, and there you go.
What is this airline here for, do you know?
That airline, oh, there's another blower here in the front.
It does this.
Yeah,
So
that does the same thing.
So that's
It's a glorified overhead, so when we want to remove the front shroud.
but there's
It's a glorified overhead plunge rotor. That's